Back at TD Garden, let's go down to the ice. Pierre McGuire is with the Bruins. Patrice Bergeron.
Thanks very much, Dave. You guys are up 3-1 against Detroit. What have you done that's caused Detroit problems?
I think we did a good job of keeping up to the outside. Obviously, we have lots of offense, and I think our defensive game that's been huge, and Tuukka's made some big saves for us.
Chance to close them out here today. What was the atmosphere like in the dressing room before you came out before this wild crowd?
Yeah, it's been good. I mean, obviously we're confident. At the same time, we know it's going to be a tough game, and hopefully the crowd will help us doing what we came here to do.
Thanks a lot, Patrice.
Thank you.
Well, speaking of atmosphere, get ready for the great atmosphere of the national anthem here at TD Garden. Let's go to the PA announcer, Jim Martin.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing and remove your caps for the singing of our national anthem, performed today by a Garden legend, accompanied by Bruins organist Ron Polster. Please welcome René Rancourt.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets triangular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
I thought he might give it 4 fist bump because they need 4 wins to close out the series, but he hasn't lost any of his passion in the better than 35 years he's been doing it here. And of course at the old Garden, René Rancourt. And there is Jonas Gustafsson, who was the starting goaltender in Game 4 because of the flu for Jimmy Howard, who was the starting goaltender for Games 1 through 3. And Gustafsson is right back at it here this afternoon, and no surprise at the other end. Tuukka Rask talked to Kenny Holland, the Wings general manager, before the game. He said Tuukka Rask is one of the handful of goaltenders in the National Hockey League that gives the opposition no hope. As hard as it is to get scoring chances, then you have to try to beat that guy. Henrik Zetterberg, second game back. We saw him in game number 4 for the first time since the opening game of the Olympics. And he'll see a lot of the other captains at Zdeno Chara. Dave Strader along with Eddie Olczyk in the booth. Pierre McGuire inside the glass, and we are underway. Riley Smith getting some help as there's a hit along the board to Applicator on Bergeron, but Applicator made sure that he just pinned him against the board. No penalty at first to speed up the middle for Marchand. Puck rolling toward the Detroit net, but the Wings able to get control. And now it's backhanded on the far side. Applicator waiting for it. Bergeron steps into him. Bergeron takes over. His shot attempt to the net didn't get through. Marchand with it now. Comes off the boards with it. Bergeron, the leading scorer in this series with 4 points. Now Riley Smith for Bergeron. Tries to get it to the front of the net. It did get there, and now it is covered by Gustafsson.
Well, great support on the offensive pressure for the Boston Bruins to start this game. 45 seconds in. Bergeron with a forecheck, support by Marchand. Riley Smith with the great speed and support below the goal line. And Bergeron just throws his puck to the front of the net and goes off the stick of Nicholas Kronwall. And Smith almost redirects it past Gustafsson.
Most of these Bruins players talking in the hallway before the game early on. They want to try to break the spirit of the Detroit Red Wings with a physical, fast forecheck. They've talked about it all day long since coming to the rink.
Krejci is tossed out now as Lucic will step in across from Darren Helm. This line was phenomenal in the third period and in the overtime for the Boston Bruins as Boychuk holds this puck in at the line. Daniel Alperton is back in the lineup for the Detroit Red Wings. He's out on the ice now with Helm and Franzen, replacing Tom Bertuzzi, who was in the lineup for Game 4. Xavier Ouellet, a rookie on defense, replaces Jakob Kindl for Mike Babcock's Red Wings. They're trying to extend this series to a Game 6 on Monday night at Joe Louis Arena as Helm with a shot that's blocked up on the netting and out of play.
Dave, you were talking about this line with Lucic, Ginla, and Krejci dominating in the third period and overtime, and I think a big reason why, Claude Julien did a great job running his bench. They were a four-line attack that entire game, but in particular the third period and into overtime, and they had a lot more in the tank than the Red Wings had.
Riley Shane on a line here with Tatar and Nyquist. So the three youngsters who played so well down the stretch on a line together here as this shot turned aside by Gustafsson, played up the left wing boards. Tatar has it, slides it across for Nyquist center ice. He goes back to Riley Shane. He's hit hard by Miller as the puck goes to the far side of the Bruins zone. Louis Eriksson tries to get it out of there. And on a second effort it did, but it was gloved ahead. And so this is a hand pass. Expand your hockey experience with the Verizon StarCam on NBCSports.com. Throughout the game, we're streaming a live ISOCam following star players like Pavel Datsyuk and Patrice Bergeron. The Verizon StarCam available now at NBCSports.com.
Boy, Ed, has he ever become a leader on Patrice Bergeron? He's one of the better leaders in the National Hockey League right now, I think.
Yeah, he certainly understands that. And one thing that I admire about Patrice Bergeron is that if it's not working offensively, he's going to do the things that you need to do as a center iceman and be really good in his own zone defensively. He doesn't so-called take his glove or his bat out to the field in baseball if he's struggling at the plate.
Here's Quincy with a shot through traffic, and somehow Tuukka Rask followed that into his glove.
Yeah, the screen in front of the net from Drew Miller, standing right in front. He had Kevin Miller there, the Boston Bruins, no relation. And Tuukka Rask is able to find it. There's Quincy. See him looking around the traffic, and also you had a little bit of a screen in front of the net there by David Legwand as well.
Now, Sean Thornton didn't do his job. He didn't get past Luke Glendening. That opened up the whole shooting avenue. And Sean Thornton knows that. That's why he's off the ice right now. He's got to make sure he's out on the point.
Bergeron won the faceoff. Confident pass to the front of the net by the Bruins on their breakout. Now Riley Smith sends it in wide to Gustafsson, who couldn't play it. In the corner now, Datsyuk up the left wing side. Gets the return from Abdelkader. Riley Smith, good back check there on Datsyuk. Knocked it away. Marchand had to hold up there so he didn't go offside.
He thought Bergeron was going to shoot that puck in, or a little soft chip play off in behind if Nicholas Kronwall never developed.
Abdelkader sends it across in front of Tuukka Rask.
Claude Julien running a quick bench again. Already changed that line off.
Now Lucic, bothered by Abdelkader, is going to get the game's first penalty. And Abdelkader with a long look at the referee. Steve Kozari and Dean Morton are the two officials here this afternoon.
I want everybody to keep an eye on the feet of Milan Lucic when he gets this puck. He keeps him moving, and there you see the stick around the hands, and then he leans in, and there you see where the hook was. So the first initial hook, as his feet were moving, kind of broke his stride. Then he tried to protect the puck, and that's where Abdelkader reached in. That's a lazy penalty, 150 feet away from your goaltender.
And an assist to that man. Again, quick changes so that live leg situation for Lucic can be engaged. The only player left on the previous line was Riley Smith.
This power play is sponsored by Mercedes-Benz for the Boston Bruins, who have had only 10-man advantages in the series, but they scored on 4 of them. And this play offside at the Detroit line.
That was a huge goal in game 4 for Torrey Krug. Face-off win. His 5th goal already in his playoff career, playing in his 20th game for the Boston Bruins. A fortunate bounce went off the stick of Luke Glendening, who had lost the faceoff for the Red Wings, but that certainly turned that momentum and that game around to make it a 2-1 game at that particular time.
That came just after the halfway mark of the second period with Detroit leading 2-0, and Boston is so good 5-on-5. Here's Iginla. Iginla with a chance and a save made by Gustafsson on the Stretch pass there on the power play.
Boy, puck ends up being down in this area here, but look at where the Red Wings are in this area of the ice, and a quick outlet pass. That's the key. The Red Wings are, so wide open there, and there's a quick little stretch pass there from David Krejci, and look how far out Gustafsson is there. And I think that's one thing that the Boston Bruins can go to school on Gustafsson, is that he's a real aggressive goaltender, likes to play maybe 5 feet out on top of the blue paint. So if you can hold on to that puck a second longer and bypass him, fake the shot, make a move, you'll have a wide open net.
Soderberg centering pass knocked down the edge. You think Krejci looked up and said, wow, he's that wide open?
Yeah, and again, and look, with video and everybody knows what they're going to do even before the series starts, but it's just one of those where it's a quick play. Ginla was wide open, available, and what a pass.
Hamilton puts it on in front off of Detroit. Get back here, it's gone! Louis Eriksson! Another power play goal for the Bruins in the series. They lead 1-0.
The entry for the Boston Bruins is key. We saw the long stretch pass from David Krejci to Jarome Iginla. Now, the carry by Dougie Hamilton. Fires it to the front of the net. Watch Gustafsson. Just gets caught swimming from left to right in a wide open net there for Eriksson.
We've seen this movie before from Dougie Hamilton in this series. In game number 3, he scored a goal short side on Jimmy Howard, virtually with the same penetration in the Detroit zone.
And 2 assists in game 4 as well, Pierre.
Got to the net, deflected wide, and now it's cleared off the boards. Will not come out. Iginla held it in. High slot now. Lucic with a shot. He didn't miss by much on the glove side. As the Bruins now keeping the pressure on with a 1-0 lead. Back to the line, and a shot by Miller deflected, and a save made by Gustafsson.
Great save off the redirect there from Lucic.
Nyquist sends it in behind Tuukka Rask. I started to say the Bruins are so good 5-on-5, you better not lose the special teams battle. But so far, Detroit is losing the special teams battle. 5th power play goal in the series for Boston, compared to just 1 for Detroit. As Rask also gets an assist, along with Dougie Hamilton. Play continues in the Detroit zone. Xavier Ouellet plays it up the boards, and a penalty behind the play, and it's going to go against Boston.
Looks like Sean Thornton is going to the box. Ryan Lashoff checking, as well as the official, Steve Kazari. Talking about specialty teams trades. Well, now the Red Wings will get an opportunity. Right part of your screen right there. There you see the stick coming up. The reaction from Sean Thornton.
So Detroit just 1 for 13 so far in the series. That 1 goal coming in game 4 as Marchand clears it all the way back down into the Detroit zone. So Eriksson is first in the playoffs at 327 from Hamilton and Rask. As Alfredsson carries it ahead, hands it off for Johan Franzen, drops it back looking for Zetterberg, well covered by Marchand. Now Datsuk gets to a loose puck. Kronwall sends it across Zetterberg, top of the circle, waits, now he lets it go. Blocked by Boychuk, who was in perfect position on the penalty kill. Zetterberg back to the line, long one-timer by Kronwall, deflected wide of the net.
Good block there from Bergeron.
Does that a lot, boy. Unbelievable how smart he is in the shooting lane.
Now Kronwall across the center ice line, hands off to Zetterberg to the far side of the Bruins zone. Leg one, sends it back to the line. Krejci strong on Datsuk as it comes back down for Boychuk. Zetterberg steps into him. Now the puck comes free. Wings get it out to the point. Kronwall back to Datsuk for a shot, and it jumped over the stick of Zetterberg as he momentarily had an open net. Leg one, good support to keep the puck alive in the Boston zone now for the Detroit power play. Zetterberg hands it off. Franzen with a chance. Save made by Rask. And the chant of for Tuukka Rask. And Eriksson, the goal scorer for the Bruins, dumps it back into the Detroit zone. Gregory Campbell with Datsuk on him. Now Sheahan joins the fray. Angled off the boards, picked up by Florek. Florek coming in and doing a great job filling in after a season in Providence.
1 against 5 there for Florek. What a job. Killed off a good 8 seconds on that play.
What's amazing about Boston, no Chris Kelly, one of their better penalty killers, no Danny Pye. Florek's fit in great.
Here's Tatar trying to cut through, but it's turned away, and Bergeron will lob it back. There's one shot for Detroit on that power play, and the Bruins had 3 blocks. As Tatar circles back to his own line, sends it across. Into the zone, Riley Shane against Bartkowski. Takes him down. Nyquist jumps over to help out. Bartkowski gets it back and clears it on the near side. Bergeron sweeps it back. It's deflected, so icing immediately waved off. Brendan Smith plays it on the far side. Helm goes back to Smith. Starts it back now with Krejci. Pressuring him, one-hand pass to get it out, did not work.
Nice stick there from Riley Smith at the end of a shift.
And Glendening will chase it down, number 41 for Detroit. Boychuk finishes his check now as Drew Miller on the far side with Lucic and Krug on him. Boychuk with another big hit. Miller trying to get it in front. It's off the goal stick of Rask. And now Boychuk, who delivered the big hit, is without a stick. Red Wings trying to dig it out and maybe make him pay. But it comes out to center ice and Kronwall recovers as it's slapped back into the Detroit zone.
Well, Glendening took the big hit there, but that was a real good shift there for Miller and Glendening.
McGinley's pass did not connect, and the Red Wings take over again. Shots are 6-3 Bruins, and they have a 1-0 lead on a power play goal as Zetterberg sends it across, but this will be offside. Louis Eriksson with the goal on the power play has given Boston a 1-0 lead here in game number 5 from TD Garden. Progressive Insurance takes you inside the glass. Here's Pierre.
Thanks a lot, Dave. This playoff season's been a coming out party for a lot of young players. One of them, Dougie Hamilton. Let's go back to game number 3 in Joe Louis Arena. Penetrates his own high short side against Jimmy Howard. That gets Boston off and running. Game 5 here tonight, or this afternoon, I should say. Same kind of penetration out front. Louis Eriksson sticks it to the back of the net. Dougie Hamilton's been jumping through the gym. And Eddie, I know you played against him and know him very well. He's starting to remind me a lot of Larry Robinson. He really is.
Deflected up near the Bruins bench. Franzen gets a stick on it, and it's recovered by Alfredsson. Knocked away from Franzen, and now driven by Ouellet, who checks his stick. That goal by Louis Eriksson, the 11th for the Bruins in the series, the 10th different goal scorer. Lucic the only one with 2. As Soderberg takes it wide, Ouellet trying to keep him to the outside. Now Louis Eriksson angles it off the boards. Bartkowski lost it.
Took a bad bounce there on Bartkowski.
Johan Franzen puts it in wide of the Boston net. Now Eriksson again will play it up the far side. Brendan Smith gets there, pitching down the wall. Tries to make a move on Bartkowski, who played him well. And that allows Boychuk to skate it out and angle it off the boards. Florek was well covered there by Zetterberg, who tried to get the return pass, but it deflected off his stick. Now the Bruins out to center ice, but it's taken away by Justin Abdelkader. Brendan Smith across now for Kronwall. Zetterberg backhands it into the Bruins zone, and Chara quickly clears it back the other way. Bruins win this afternoon, ends the series, and sets up a second-round matchup with Montreal. Red Wings win. We have a Game 6 in this series on Monday night back at Joe Louis Arena as Riley Smith clears it back now into the Detroit zone. Quincy plays it ahead, and Abdelkader sends it back behind Rask as we approach the halfway mark of period number 1. Krug with a fake one way goes the other. Head to Jordan Caron, who deflects it deep into the Detroit zone. Quincy and Caron come together. Now it's off the back of the net. Tom Thornton went crashing in there. It comes out to the line. Krug, a dangerous shooter, broke the stick. Just snapped on the shot attempt. Now played along the boards. Kevin Miller came down, and Campbell came up with the loose puck. Sends it in deep for Sean Thornton. Kicks it up to his stick. Sends it back down to Campbell. Out to the point. Has an open man. Krug with a fresh stick. Well, that one was blocked.
Nice job there from Luke Glendening getting in that shooting lane. What a good cycle there for the fourth line of the Bruins. Heads up play there from Gregory Campbell to get the puck to Torrey Krug.
One of the reasons why this team is so good. Their forward line understands their role and they're really effective and way undervalued skill-wise.
Alfredsson back into his own zone. Back in the lineup after missing the last 2 games of this series. He played in games 1 and 2. He's trying to be a difference here. Alfredsson, who led the National Hockey League in the playoffs in goal scoring back in 07. He helped lead Ottawa to the finals against Sean Thornton in the Anaheim Ducks.
Fortunately for Ottawa that year, they had 9 days off before the Stanley Cup final.
That's right. Big pass for Franzen behind him, and this will be icing. Call Star NHL to download NHL Game Center. Get a free premium upgrade only on Verizon. Enjoy exclusives like free live NBC National games. Never be without hockey.
Here, just for the record, I only played against Larry for a couple of games. That wasn't like I played in an era. I did play for Larry Robinson, which he was a tremendous teacher as far as a head coaching position, and now doing an unbelievable job there with Todd McClellan, the head coach, a terrific head coach of the San Jose Sharks, Jimmy Johnson, Jay Woodcroft, and looking to close out that series. Up 3 games. I can't believe how many goals have been scored in that series. 34 goals in 4 games.
20 more than in this series in 4 games, just as a comparison. Franzen and Lucic tie each other up. The puck underneath Franzen. Lucic's going to try to get out of there.
But you know what? The Bruins want a penalty on Franzen because he used his hand on the draw. And you're not supposed to be able to do that.
1-0 in favor of the Bruins. You're watching the Stanley Cup playoffs presented by Geico on NBC.
Team seemingly has started well. What was your message to them before the game?
Well, it was exactly that. We need a good start. We need to focus on one period at a time here. We want to end it today. We can't look at the big picture. Let's go one step at a time here. That's what we're trying to do.
Are you feeling better?
Yeah, I'm feeling a lot better.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks.
Coach Julien getting over a little bit of a bug.
Well, he's feeling awfully better with the way the scoreboard is.
Yeah, exactly.
The other night, if it would have been the regular season, I'm not sure he would have coached in Detroit. He was really, really ill and having serious problems in the coach's room before the game even started.
Wings control the draw in their own zone as Tatar pressured from the backside by Florek. And now Ouellette will send it across. It comes ahead to Riley Shane. Of course, he talks about not trying to look too much at the big picture. Remember what happened to the Bruins last year? They won Game 4 in their series against Toronto in overtime to take a 3-1 series lead. They lost the next 2 and fell behind 4-1 in Game 7 in this building before mounting that miraculous comeback and winning Game 7 in overtime and moving on and going all the way to the Stanley Cup final before losing to Chicago. As Krug came down the board, tried to get it in front. Good stick there by Riley Shane, and Tatar will wrist it in on Tuukka Rask, who thinks about playing it, and he will play it to the corner. Krug spins off the check attempt there from Tatar, as Florek tied up by Nyquist. For Kevin Miller. Chara, little throw and catch with Marchand, and the Bruins get organized. Played ahead, it's deflected into the Detroit zone. Bruins get down there first. Bergeron pass hit the back of the net. Now Riley Smith goes back to Bergeron in the corner. Puck was in his skates there a little bit, but he gets it to Smith, who plays it up the boards. Kind of fanned on the pass, so Zetterberg sends it across. Abdelkader sends it into the Boston end, then puts a hit on Chara. Knocked the helmet off of number 33.
Chara's stick got caught in the glass as well, right by the Zamboni door. Not only lost his brain bucket, but he also almost lost his stick as well.
And Rask has to make the save on the angle.
Well, Justin Abdelkader gets an opportunity to get a shot on Zdeno Chara, and helmet comes off, and having a tough time pulling that tree branch right out of the partition in the glass.
That's the second time in the series that's happened to somebody. I think it was Matt Bartkowski that had it happen to him earlier in the series in that very area.
Elm won the draw back, but it's deflected to the corner where the Bruins recover. Krejci rink wide now for Jarome Iginla.
Dangerous play there. Good thing it had some elevation under it.
Now Krejci had it knocked away. And sent back in offside by the Bruins. Well, we talked about what happened in the first round of the Bruins last spring. They were down 4-1 in Game 7. I mean, it looked like it was over. But then they started the comeback. And it was the big guys on the ice that were doing the job. Lucic, Bergeron. That's the one that sent it to overtime, and the eventual game winner right there. One for the ages as this puck deflected up into the Boston bench and out of play. Now Glendening and Campbell right at the B at center ice. He slides it across, and Krug starts it back out in front of Campbell, and this will be icing against Boston.
Well, 1 week from today, the race for the Triple Crown begins with the Kentucky Derby. Coverage begins Wednesday on NBCSN, and all leads up to race day next Saturday, 4 Eastern, right here on NBC.
You'll be at OTB?
My feet will be wet that day.
Draw controlled by the wings, and Blashoff sends it deep. Nyquist pressured by Miller. Campbell is there, slides it to the middle of the ice. John Thornton hammers one from outside the blue line up on Gustafsson, and he has to cover up.
Keep talking about the Boston Bruins as a great defensive team. Here's one of the reasons why active sticks. Doesn't matter what lane they're in. Right there, David Krejci in the neutral zone. Riley Smith poking in. That forces a turnover. Here they are on the forecheck. You see Bergeron stick, then another stick position from Marchand coming back. They're always got their sticks on the ice, and there you see Riley Smith with his stick tapping into Detroit and a player leaving the zone. They're so good with their sticks. They remind me a lot of New Jersey when Jacques Lemaire was a coach of the New Jersey Devils.
Abdelkader pushes it into the Bruins zone. Talking to Kenny Howland before the game, he also mentioned, guys, that he said the Bruins are really more like a Western Conference team, as this puck easily held onto by Tuukka Rask. The way they play, it more like St. Louis and some of the heavier teams out west. There's just no room against this Boston team.
Yeah, and Pierre continues to talk about the depth of the Boston Bruins, not only their four-line mentality, and there are times where Claude Julien will go 1-2-3, 1-2-3, 4. He'll bypass the fourth line, but it all starts with Chara on the back end. Something we talked about, their youngness on the back end besides Chara and Boychuk. They're a big team, they're a heavy team, and they can really play any way you want. You got some guys that can go ahead and play a trade the chances type of game. They also have the guys that can really grind it out.
Red Wing trying to get to a scoring area, but it's deflected up over the net and out of play.
Another good stick,
5:47.
another good stick there, as Pierre talked about, from Johnny Boychuk.
Absolutely. Louis Eriksson has given the Bruins a 1-0 lead. Let's take a look at the Coors Light cold hard facts, and it's a cold hard reality that it's hard to win the Stanley Cup. Look at this list of great players, long careers, have not won a cup. Of course, Ginla, Alfredsson, Tom Bertuzzi, who's played in this series, not dressed this afternoon. Marlowe and Thornton, of course, with San Jose, off to a great start in their first round series with LA. Marchand across the line, hands it off, comes back to Hamilton, down the boards with it to the corner, along the end board. Quincy steps into him. Now to Kaiser, plays it on the far side, picked up by Abdelkader, and Quincy plays it ahead. Pavel Datsyuk gets control. Knocked away, though, by Bergeron, and recovered here by Hamilton.
Nice fake there from Hamilton. Looked like he was going to go behind the net. Even Pavel Datsyuk going for it.
Marchand cruising into the center, and a left hand save there by Gustafsson. One of his best here of the afternoon. It starts Zetterberg back the other way. Datsyuk goes to the front of the net. The centering pass rolls off the stick of number 40. Now Zetterberg plays it to the far side. Torrey Krug. Now it's sent by the Bruins back toward the Detroit line. Nyquist to Kronwall. Brendan Smith plays it ahead. It's angled by the stick of Nyquist. In the Boston zone, Bruins cleared around all the way through center ice. Chasing it down is Blashoff, who just came off the Detroit bench. Gets it back from Xavier Ouellet. Now the Red Wings looking to go to work here. Down 1-0. 4:20 remaining in the period of this playoff side.
This line's been so effective for Boston. Riley Smith, Patrice Bergeron, Brad Marchand. You see Bergeron going to the net, and Gustafsson fights it off with the left pad. And Eddie, you talked about him being aggressive. Man, oh man, is he out there. And then a little bit of tough luck for Brad Marchand. That's game 3 off the post. Jimmy Howard was fortunate there. Game 4, well, this one's pretty open, Eddie. They might have been able to score that one. And then Torrey Krug to Marchand in the third period. He missed that one too. Told me today before the game, I'm going to score today.
He came close on that last rush. Forced Gustafsson to make a pretty good save with that left skate, left pad.
Easily have 4 goals in this series. He's got nothing, but he's had some great chances. And as an offensive player, you got to continue to think about that.
Kalad crashes the net. Some contact with Gustafsson, who wasn't sure where the puck went. And now Campbell again tries to catch Gustafsson sneaking off that short side post. Out to the line. Bartkowski changing the angle, sends it off the boards. Comes around Glendening, run into by Jordan Caron. Flash off. Backhands it for Legwand. He's checked by Boychuk. Legwand, though, able to get it on a second effort to Drew Miller. Miller hands it off for Legwand. Legwand spins back. Turns and sends it toward the Boston net. Angled around now for Helm. Helm tried to get it to Legwand. One of the Bruins got a stick on it against sticks in passing lanes.
This is getting more and more like Jacques Lemaire. I'm telling you, New Jersey, and especially going back to the mid-90s when they were so good at that.
Backhanded by Boychuk over the glove of Danny DeKeyser, who tried to reach up and knock it down. Now jammed at the back of the net, recovered by David Krejci. He'll send it out to the line. Krug across for Miller. Miller shot off a stick and into the netting, out of play. For extensive series coverage of the Stanley Cup playoffs, go to NHL.com from your computer or phone. Get video highlights and in-depth analysis of every game direct from the experts.
Well, matchups are such an important part of playoff hockey. You know that Mike Babcock, when he puts out Zetterberg and Datsuk's going to see a lot of the Bergeron line that we've seen so far in Zdeno Chara. At some point, do you wonder if Mike Babcock needs to split up Datsuk and Zetterberg, give him a little bit of a different look, give him a little bit of a reprieve, so to speak. Nothing's easy, but a much different look. Red Wings are going to get a power play coming up here, the penalty to David Krejci. But something to ponder, I'm sure, for Mike Babcock is, do you split those guys up to give a little bit of a different look here, to sustain a little bit more pressure at even strength?
Krejci goes after Brendan Smith. That's not the penalty. That's the penalty when he puts a stick down into the feet of Brendan Smith. Penalty in the offensive zone. Eddie, your point is so well taken. The only caveat to that, David Krejci actually had a better plus-minus than Patrice Bergeron. So if they do split him up, I don't think Claude Julien is afraid to put David Krejci out against Datsuk. He'd be real comfortable and then put Bergeron against Zetterberg.
Wings control the draw, one-timer just wide of the net on the left side, off the stick of Zetterberg, and it's cleared back into the Detroit zone. Kronwall, Alfredsson, Datsuk, Zetterberg, and Franzen to start this power play for Mike Babcock. Kronwall on the far side, Alfredsson angles it back off the board. Zetterberg has it. Straight away for Kronwall. Comes to the near side, Datsuk back to Kronwall. A hammer, a shot blocked out high. And Marchand starts it back, a 2-on-1 with Bergeron short-handed mid here. Marchand save, and the rebound went out of the reach of Bergeron. A good scoring chance that also can turn into a pass off the pad of the goalie. Datsuk drops it back here. Franzen with a drive that's deflected by Miller. Kevin Miller got a piece of that. Now Datsuk again. Watched by Bartkowski. Bartkowski staying on the dangerous number 13 all the way to the boards.
Oh, he's had a real good first period here, Matt Bartkowski, the Pittsburgh native. That was a heck of a play on Pavel Datsuk. Now in Datsuk's defense, he's been out there for a minute already going up and down the ice, but time and space was taken away by Bartkowski.
DeKeyser plays it ahead. James tried to drop it off to Nyquist. Coming late like a lot of teams do. It just didn't work out there. Nyquist had to go back, regroup, carries into the Bruins zone. Low shot, easy save there for Tuukka Rask. Played around to the right point, but there's nobody there for Detroit. Louis Erickson starts it back. Across the line, waiting for some reinforcements off the bench. Picked up by Marchand. Makes a move. Went down. No call. And back comes Legwand. Slides it to the far side. Nyquist hands it off. Shea trying to tuck it in underneath Tuukka Rask. And he holds it there.
You got a lot of referees in the building that don't agree with the non-call on the ice. Marchand slippery as all get out around Gustav Nyquist. Tries to get around Danny DeKeyser. That's virtually the same play. DeKeyser sticking to the feet of Marchand that we saw Krejci get penalized for.
And a shot blocked by Brad Marchand earlier in the shift. It's a 2-on-1. And again, talk about the positioning of Gustafsson. Look how far out he is. If you fake a shot and hold on to that puck, he's going to get lost, and you're going to have a wide open net if you take the puck yourself or pass it the other way. But what a shorthanded sequence there for Brad Marchand.
Miller tried to get it to the front as Krejci comes out of the box. 8 power plays in this series for the Red Wings in this building. They have a total of 4 shots. A turnover by the Bruins. Glendening tried to get that through. That may have hit his teammate Drew Miller.
Miller's had a really good first period here. He's done a lot of real good things, especially below the goal line. Take a hit, make a play, a couple of shifts.
Now Ginla plays it ahead, deflected. In behind Gustafsson. Motioning for Brendan Smith to come and take the puck. We're down to 10 seconds remaining in this first period. TD Garden crowd looking at the clock. Some waving the gold towels. Now they all come to their feet. Whoa, dangerous bouncy
Nice
puck.
idea there from Iginla. Late in the period, trying to skip this puck about 15 feet in front of Jonas Gustafsson. Watch him fight this off. Iginla waits, watch, he just short hops it right here. Now it starts bouncing everywhere and forces Gustafsson to make a, what do you say, Straight's about 130-foot save there off the shot from Iginla.
Coming up on the Lexus Intermission Report, Liam, Mike, and Keith. I'll trust your estimate there. They'll talk about Dougie Hamilton growing up. And the Penguins, are they in trouble even in their series with upstart Columbus in Game 5? In that one coming later tonight on NBCSN. 20 minutes in the books here. Louis Erickson with the goal for the Bruins on the power play. 1-0. The Intermission Report on the other side of this. Welcome back to the Stanley Cup playoff presented by Geico. Dave Strader, Eddie Olchuk, Pierre Maguire is inside the glass. 1-0 Bruins. There's Brad Marchand having a friendly conversation with one of the guys with the orange stripes. 3 shots in that first period, and he's due, isn't he?
Yeah, he is, and a real good first period. I'm sure it had something to do with that short-handed opportunity that was taken away from him off the non-call from the trip from Danny DeKeyser.
That's right. Hamilton plays it ahead. Here is Marchand now into the Detroit zone. Marchand pulls up back to the line. Hamilton shovels it along now for Riley Smith. It up the near side, out to the top of the circle. Smith continuing to move his feet, but went off his stick, and the Bruins regroup back at their own line. Zdeno Chara. Dougie Hamilton plays it ahead nicely for Bergeron. Poked away by Kronwall. Brendan Smith trying to kick it along as the Smith brothers out here against each other, as they have been a few times in this series. Markowski tees it up right through. That hit Marchand, and now falling over is Gustafsson. The crowd reacting that the puck's in the net, but the official is just waving his arm saying the face-off in the Detroit zone.
Well, another early positive start for the Bruins as they had in period 1. Matt Bartkowski, who had an outstanding first period. I don't know if that puck ever got to Gustafsson with Brad Marchand standing right in front of the net. Hit him right in the back of the legs.
Bruins control the draw. Bartkowski hands it along. It's picked up by Lucic. Lucic hands it off. And a drive by Boychuk. He slams his stick to the ice.
Oh my goodness. That one had serious velocity on it.
He can really drift the puck.
Oh man.
Now a chance for Krejci, and it's wide of the net. Lucic plays it along to the corner. Krejci protecting it away from Helm. Top of the circle. Lucic had it knocked off his stick.
Stick there from Quincy.
Krejci back to the line. Barkowski wheels it across. Boychuk missed it, picked up by Iginla, and that's deflected up on the netting and out of play.
Eddie, they dominate on the cycle, and then Johnny Boychuk just jumps into it. You call it about drifting. Look at Milan Lucic. He knows time and space because Franzen comes down, and that's in slow motion. That thing's hammered.
He doesn't get shortchanged very often, Johnny Boychuk. He goes ahead and he's got the heavy shot from the back end.
Kept alive at the line by the Bruins. This is Sean Thornton. Now it comes back in on Gustafsson. He kicks it out, and Glendening picks it up.
Good idea there from Torrey Krug. Bad angle, just get it to the net.
Now Legwand circles back, hands it off. Roulette hammers a shot here, and that was deflected wide. I think it got through to Rask off the right pad. Kept up along the boards, Lashoff battling there. Now here comes Legwand again. Turns back to the line. Lashoff gets it back to Legwand. Across now for Roulette. He'll hammer a shot redirected by Glendening. And he tipped it wide of the net.
This has been the best line for the Red Wings. 5-on-5.
Because they're workers. They're out there pounding the pavement, working at it.
Now pass the other way for Soderberg. Holds up along the boards. Trying to maintain possession as the Bruins complete a change. Taken over by Kronwall. He circles back. To Xavier Roulette. His pass doesn't connect. It rolls down behind Rask. They had waved off the icing. Rask out to play it quickly. Moving up is Riley Shane. Barkowski steps into him. Now Nyquist with it with a shot that's blocked by the foot of Boychuk that time. And he'll backhand it out to center ice. Picked up by Eriksson. Wanted to get it across to Florek, but it was blocked by the wings. Back up for number 57, Florek across the line. Late man coming with Soderberg, but the Red Wings had that well defended. Back comes Riley Shane across the line. Backhands it for the net. Calmly steered aside by Tuukka Rask. Now Tatar had it momentarily. Soderberg gets it back for the Bruins. It's it off to Zdeno Chara. The big captain plays it ahead, and Eriksson continues to have the only goal so far in this game 5. Played it back into the Detroit zone. Wings looking to come out with it. Hamilton flips it right back into the wing zone. Kaiser plays it ahead. Off the stick of Abdelkader in wide of Tuukka Rask. Look out here, a hit coming, and Abdelkader took advantage of the opportunity on Riley Smith. Now Marchand. And to get around to Kaiser. Kaiser had his stick lifted. Now a pass to the front, backhand! And it never got through to Gustafsson. Well defended by Kyle Quincy. And back into the Bruins zone.
How many scoring chances has 63 Black had, Eddie?
Yeah, he's had at least 5. Some quality opportunities, and when you're around the puck, you have the nose over the puck mentality. Good things are going to happen.
Gustafsson plays this puck all the way out to center ice, and Torrey Krug back to get it. Talk about guys coming of age in this year's playoffs. How about Torrey Krug last year? What he provided to the Bruins is this is going to be icing here against Boston.
Talk a lot about Brad Marchand working in behind the net. Good lift of the stick there from Jerome McGinley. Marchand, who was below the goal line, got to the front of the net. Good stick there. Good defensive play from Kyle Quincy. But for Brad Marchand, you can't worry about the numbers. You can't worry about the points. Keep getting those. Eventually, you're going to get one that goes off your, when you least expect it. You keep getting those chances. One of those is going to go off your, one off your equipment or off the shaft of your stick and into the back of the net. Keep going to those areas.
Milan Lucic played it off the boards. It comes back where Brendan Smith will control for Detroit. Kronwall for Drew Miller. Miller backhands it in on Rask. He just steers it to the far side. Legwand protects the puck. He came out to the line, angled back off the end boards, picked up by the Bruins. Drew trying to play it ahead of Ginla. Backhands it across.
Does that line come right back for Mike Babcock? Fourth line out on the ice.
Put the worker bees on. Get their uniforms dirty. Maybe the other guys will copy.
Now Miller plays it center ice. Drew Miller and Sean Thornton send him back into the Detroit zone.
And to see what Claude Julien can do, he can come with his fourth line now, put his worker bees on and try to match the intensity.
Riley Shane Dumps it along the boards behind Rask. Bruins get to it first. Boychuk with it. Off the stick of Nyquist. Recovered at the line. Backhanded. Easily handled there by Tuukka Rask. Let's go inside the glass. Here's Pierre.
Thanks a lot, Dave. We're talking about guys that bring their work boots to the arena every single day for the Boston Bruins. Gregory Campbell, Sean Thornton, Jordan Carroll, hard on the cycle. The skill level gets engaged. They can get to the front of the net. They can cause mayhem down low because of their physical play. They're reliable and trustworthy defensively. They read and react so well. But it's a cycle, it's a skill, the awareness. They grind you down, they break you down. And they don't even have Danny Pye, who's such an important part of that Merlot line when they are in gear. So this team just will get deeper and deeper as they get healthier and healthier.
Eriksson now is last shot. The wing defenseman fell down. Eriksson, a shot. He lifted it too high. Boy, a lane opened suddenly as number 23 for the Detroit Red Wings just fell down. Nyquist with Riley Shane following up. Plays it on the far side. Tatar battling with Boychuk. Now it's backhanded across for Soderberg. Play was onside, but Soderberg couldn't control the puck. Hit ahead by Eriksson. It didn't get into the zone, and now backhanded into the Detroit zone once again. Let with it. To buy some time, hands it off for Kronwall. Lead pass for Pavel Datsyuk, who knew the puck was coming off the carom but couldn't control it. Backhanded up the boards by Zdeno Chara, and back out to center ice Zetterberg. Chips it back for Pavel Datsyuk across the line. Datsyuk sent it right to the front, near the side by Rask. Now the Bruins able to work it out to center ice. Bergeron trying to get something going with some speed, being pressured by Datsyuk. Sends it far side for Riley Smith. Smith sends it out to the line. Hamilton with a shot. Deflected just wide.
Oh, that just missed Bergeron's stick. I was right on the line of that, David Eddie. What a shot by Hamilton to get it through.
Bergeron trying to reach out to keep that play onside, but it didn't work out. In the second, still 1-0 Bruins.
Welcome back to Boston. The Bruins lead the Detroit Red Wings 3-1 in the series. Chance to close them out. Brian Lashoff, he closes himself out. Louis Eriksson has a 3-on-1. He just goes high, short side, Eddie.
Well, I want to show everybody, watch Thomas Tatar. He's going to go in this area here, but he's got to get his stick down on the ice to not allow Sean Thornton to make this play. You have to recognize who has the puck. When you carry your stick up in the air, you have no chance of stopping that puck. And that's something that Thomas Tatar will learn as he gets a little bit older, and all he's got to do is go to school from watching number 40 and 13, as good as it gets when you're going in on a forecheck.
Helm hands it off to Alfredsson, spins back now, tried to hit the Kaiser out in the slot, but it got by him. Dumped back in by the wings and skated out by Torrey Krug. Krug across the line, had it chipped away by Helm. Picked up by a Gimlet to the net, that hit a Red Wing in front, and comes all the way to the near boards. Jarome Iginla, 560 career goals, tied for 24th all-time with Guy Lafleur. And of course, he is the second career goal scorer among active players behind only Jaromir Jagr, who has over 700. Lucic now, back to the line. Krug makes a subtle little fake, now skates in, sends it across! Not sure what that hit off the stick of Milan Lucic. Miller sends it across, hammered here by Krejci and just wide. Again, they try to get it back to the front. Great pressure again from the Bruins. Backhand centering attempt. Didn't work the first time, now it comes to Lucic again, back to Bartkowski. Settles it down and rolls it now to Kevin Miller. Diagonal pass to Lucic. Carries it along, hands it off on the cycle. Krejci, Bartkowski, Miller to the net. That was blocked by Quincy. Backhanded, hit Iginla. And on a second effort, sent down the ice very confidently. Right at Rask, so there's no icing. And Detroit can get the difficult long change here in the second period.
And only Quincy's the guy remaining on the ice. He made a huge shot block there off of Miller.
Bartkowski backhands it into the Detroit zone and chases it after it. Goes in on Ouellette. Quincy plays it around. There's two Bruins collide. A shot here over top of the net.
Guess who? Johnny Boychuk.
Angled ahead, intended there for Drew Miller, but knocked away by Boychuk, who got back defensively. Now Bartkowski calmly pulls it away from the pressure of Legua. Gregory Campbell starts it up the far side, gets it deep into the wing zone. Gustafsson up the glass with it. Picked up now by Legua. He'll get to center ice. Hands it off now for Ouellette with a shot that misses on the glove side. And Riley Shane puts it to the corner. Glendening trying to spin off a check. Now rolled in deep, Riley Shane. Centering attempt, pops up in the air. He was looking for Tatar. Now it goes off the skate of John Thornton, who flips it back into the Detroit zone.
Good stick by Gregory Campbell below the goal line. That offensive push there from the Red Wings in the middle of that change.
Tuukka Rask trying to make the right decision, plays it off the near boards. It does come out to center ice. Soderberg.
Speaking of sticks on the ice.
Riley Shane will chase in after it, and Rask decides he's going to cover this one up.
Torrey Krug starting to make an impact in this series with his skating and his puck moving. Milan Lucic is going to give the puck back to Torrey Krug. He's going to do a little walking with the puck, and Lucic is going to go back door and just fan on the one-timer right there. That was tape to tape. What a pass from Krug, awareness, and Milan Lucic was a little mad at himself there.
I like the thought process of the big power forward for the Bruins there. Didn't stay below the goal line. He tried to work himself to an open area, and Krug with great patience to be able to get him that puck, and a missed opportunity there for the Bruins.
We're halfway through this game. Not a single scoring chance for Detroit has come from their forwards, except for that one. Henrik Zetterberg on cue forces Tuukka Rask to make a save. First chance that a forward has had. Just the third scoring chance we have for Detroit so far, 30 minutes into this contest. Marchand across the line, perpetual motion. Leaves it at the line, but it's turned over, and back the other way comes Abdelkader. Going wide on Zdeno Chara, trying to cut in, and tough to do that against the long reach.
He just hammered Zetterberg down to the ice.
And a holding of the stick by Zetterberg on Chara behind the play.
And Abdelkader interfered with Riley Smith. He pulverized him.
Now Gustafsson steers it to the corner. Matsuk steers it ahead, taken away by the Bruins. Hammered here toward the net. Gustafsson the save, cleared by Kronwall. And Zetterberg gets there.
That was Bartkowski with that opportunity. Jumped on the ice with the change there by the Bruins back in, and he's had a real strong afternoon here, Matt Bartkowski.
He's getting better every game here, Eddie. You're absolutely right.
Bartkowski moves it along. Now Soderberg was looking over one shoulder, the pass went the other way. Here's Franzen. Franzen to the front. What a save by Rask. Daniel Alfredsson point blank on a great setup from Johan Franzen. Now it's dumped in wide of the Boston net, angled off the boards by Bartkowski. Soderberg now trying to chase down a puck in the Detroit zone. He'll pick it up on the far boards. Back to the line again, toward the net. That's deflected wide. Now Torrey Krug with it. Hands it off, goes to the net, looking for the return pass, but Alfredsson gets in there as Soderberg was dumped.
Good recovery there from Luke Glendening, not allowing Torrey Krug really to be an option there on that give and go.
Iginla, perfect position in the neutral zone to stop a Red Wing pass. Milan Lucic across the line, drops it back for Iginla, a little toe drag, and it just rolled off his stick. And Glendening starts it back. Angles it off the boards for Legwand. Legwand back to Glendening, turns, looking for some help. Good stick there by Iginla, and it's flipped back out to center ice. It's Jerome Iginla, perfect fit, wearing black and gold of the Bruins. Brendan Smith hammers one in that's ruled offside. 7:38 remaining here in the second. We'll hear from Mike Babcock when we come back.
What would you like to see your team do a little bit more of?
You know, to be honest with you, I liked everything so far as the game goes, except our penalty kill forecheck where we had our guy caught out in the boards and the guy comes down the middle. Other than that, this is what we'd like to play in a real tight game, make it as tight as we possibly can. We'll get our chances if we stay patient. Let's just stay patient. We can do a better job of cutting off the top and D zone. Other than that, let's play.
Thanks a lot, Mike.
Thanks.
You know, Pierre, if this was 1957, the last time these teams met in the playoffs, that bench interview would have been with Jimmy Skinner. And it would have been with Milt Schmidt on the other side in the first period.
Well, I never met Mr. Skinner, but I met Mr. Schmidt many times. What an unbelievable ambassador for the game and a great Boston Bruin.
Now Nyquist sends it along the boards. Tuukka Rask plays it around on the far side. And now back to get it is Boychuk for the Bruins. Bartkowski Up the boards. Knocked down by Tatar. Here's Nyquist with it. Now Lashoff. Angled off the boards. Nyquist has it again. Looking for some room to enter the zone. Hands it off on the far side. Got up high on Rask, and he hangs onto that off the stick of Tatar.
Well, a good push here. More consistency in the offensive zone for the Detroit Red Wings in the second period. Pretty simple play outside, and the key is that Rask is able to absorb it. No second chance opportunity off the shot from Tatar.
Eddie, right now, I think Tuukka Rask, as far as goalies in the league, has the best rebound control. And I say that with all due respect to Semyon Varlamov and all the other, Jonathan Quick, all the other good goalies. This guy's rebound control is amazing.
One of the finalists, no surprise, for the Vezina Trophy, just recently announced. Little confusion there for the Wings coming out of their own zone. Knocked away by Riley Smith. Tied up by Quincy, and Datsuk moves it around, and Danny DeKeyser hands it off on the far side, and Applicator plays it ahead off the stick of Zetterberg, goes into his own bench, and out of play. Download the NBC Sports Live Extra app to watch the game live on your phone or tablet, plus have access to live chats with experts for Pro Hockey Talk. NBC Sports Live Extra app on NBCSports.com/Live Extra.
Mike Babcock's pretty comfortable with the way his team's playing right now. And Eddie, you started to talk about a little bit of a push, and I would agree. But their confidence level is starting to surge a little bit here.
But you get the sense, don't you, that Gustafsson has to continue to keep the Bruins off the board. Can't let the next one in.
Nope, agreed.
Bouncing puck picked up by Brendan Smith, and he hammered it off the glass. That puck bouncing a little bit as it came to him. Smith sends it across. Covered by Helm. From Kronwall. Off the stick of Helm, recovered by the Bruins. Krejci on the counterattack. Takes it wide, drifts out. It toward the net off the pad of the goaltender Gustafsson, and a good stick there by Helm sends the puck back into the Boston zone. Under 6 minutes remaining here in the second period of this Game 5. Bruins with a 3-1 lead in the series. With Jerome McGinley. Got as far as the Stanley Cup Finals in 2004 as a member of the Calgary Flames, but one of the great players in this game that has not won a cup.
Penalty on Lucic, down a high stick there on Brendan Smith.
Well, the Red Wings were indicating they thought there was a penalty, and the officials finally agree. 1-0 Bruins. Power play for Detroit when we come back.
Catch all of the hard-hitting action of the Boston Bruins playoffs, presented by American Sporting Center.
Power play coming for the Red Wings, down by 1 because Milan Lucic battling. The puck goes in behind, and there you see the stick come up and clip Brendan Smith. Snaps the head back. Trailing referee makes the call. Huge opportunity here for the Red Wings.
0 for 2 on the power play with just 3 shots with the man advantage against the penalty killing of the Bruins, and Claude Julien has his special teams on top of their game in this series, no question.
And he delegates so well. Jeff Ward does a power play. Dougie Huda does a penalty killing. He really does. And Doug Jarvis helps out a lot with both.
In front, a chance for Kronwall. What a stop there by Tuukka Rask again with that left pad. High slot now for Zetterberg. Save, rebound is loose. They score! Pavel Datsuk. 12 seconds into the Lucic penalty. A power play goal has tied this game at 1.
Well, it was a mad scramble after the face-off win, and what a stop, as you mentioned, Straights, by Tuukka Rask. Left pad save off of Nicholas Kronwall. The one prior to that was off of Henrik Zetterberg, and Zetterberg doesn't get a lot on this shot, but he gets it to the net. The puck's dipping and diving with Franzen in front of the net, and Datsuk's right there.
All it takes is one shot, and the rebound is there off the one shot, and Pavel Datsuk hot as a firecracker right now for the Detroit Red Wings. Had a goal and assist in Game 4, 5 shots in that game. And he just puts that one to the back of the net to tie it up.
Yeah, patience with the puck, elevated, throw the hands towards the crossbar. You got a lot more time there than you realize, especially when your team's on the power play. Made no mistake.
Third goal of the series. Of course, he had the only goal and the obvious game winner in the 1-0 victory here in game one. As the puck back into the Boston zone, it'll be chased down by Miller. Kevin Miller run into there by Legwand. Now Legwand tries to keep it alert for Glendening. No surprise that Mike Babcock, guys, comes back with this line after the goal.
No, I'm not surprised at all. They've been probably the effective line that everybody's been copying today here for Detroit. Good for those guys.
Now Glendening trying to get a stick on it, but could not. And Kevin Miller starts it back now for the Bruins. Lorick takes it wide. Center lane drive by Soderberg. Save, rebound chance. Gustafsson is down well out of the net, but the puck sent to the corner. Now Eriksson. Legwand picks it up and hands it off. Riley Sheahan able to get it deep into the Boston zone. It is Gustafsson loved to challenge in those situations. Bartkowski into the Detroit zone. Got here by Sean Thornton. Came awkwardly off the stick. Brendan Smith comes out with it. Hands it off on the far side. Knocked away. As the Bruins try to pick up their forecheck. Their physical intensity here in this game 5. Brendan Smith finds Riley Sheahan across the line. Top of the circle. Sends it across. Late man coming. Nyquist. And talking about being aggressive. Rask came out to cut that one off. A shot by Kronwall is stopped by Rask. And Kalal back the other way. Good back check by Nyquist. Slowed him down, and he knocked the puck off his stick. Here comes Nyquist again. Trying to cut in. The Bruins get a stick on it. And it's skated back the other way. Don Thornton gets this one on goal, and the save by Gustafsson.
Detroit Red Wings are starting to warm to the task here. Real good job by Riley Sheahan over to Gustav Nyquist. He launches on goal. The aggressive Tuukka Rask. Nicholas Kronwall is going to get a chance to fighting through a screen from Thomas Tatar. Nice save by Rask in 2 different situations.
Talked about the aggressive goaltending. You see the opportunity that you can make here with the aggressive goaltending of Jonas Gustafsson. Look how far out he is on top of that blue paint. And again, repeat myself a couple of times, but you got to go to school if you're the Bruins there when the goaltender leaves his net that far out. Instead of shooting it at him, you got to try to shoot it laterally across away from him, or get him to freeze and then move and have a wide open net.
Holding the stick, yeah, you got it. Jerome McGinley was trying to break free and he couldn't, Dave. Danny DeKeyser will get called for holding Jerome McGinley's stick. One-on-one situation, nothing called there, but it gets called right here. You can see the hold, and up goes the arm of Steve Kazari.
Yeah, at some point you got to let that stick go if you're Danny DeKeyser. Had a good hold of it for, looked like about 5 or 6 seconds.
Yeah. Well, the one thing, Pierre, that Mike Babcock said to you, he didn't like the penalty kill forecheck and allowed too much space for the Bruins.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens here. Boston's second power play. They converted on their first one. And this is swept by Drew Miller back into the Boston zone. And Tuukka Rask will settle it down now for Krejci as we approach 3 minutes remaining here in the second period. 1-1 our score here in Game 5. The Red Wings trying to force a Game 6 on Monday night back at Joe Louis Arena. Lucic. And there's a save made by Gustafsson. Big rebound off the pad. Now Krejci hands it off to McGinley. Back to Krejci again. Far side. One time around the way from the stick of Krug. He can shoot it as well.
Good block, Quincy.
Now Krejci shovels it. Lucic on the half wall. Back to the line. Krejci slides it across the Krug. Top of the circle. Sends it back to David Krejci. Shot to the net. Blocked in front. Couple of Wings get a stick on it. Glendening trying to get it by Krejci. Good work by number 46, but good help there by Quincy.
I think Glendening kicked it with his skate.
Did he?
What a play.
Kara trying to get through, and they may have let both guys get away with a little bit of something there. 55 seconds remaining in the DeKeyser minor penalty. Just over 2 minutes left here. Second period, a stretch pass attempt there for Soderberg. Now Lashock trying to tie it up in the corner. Bergeron digs it out, gets it out to the line. Hamilton backhands it far side. Eriksson, who has the Boston goal on the power play, hands it on Soderberg out in front. He wanted to set up Brandon Smith. Applicator back the other way, but good recovery by Soderberg.
Unfortunately, Smith was left-handed there. If he's right-handed, he's right in the wheelhouse.
Eriksson holds up, turns, gets the Puck back from Bergeron, immediately moves it out to Soderberg across Hamilton for Bergeron, and a save made by Gustafsson. Then he's driven into the net, and there's going to be a penalty here against Louis Eriksson, who's arguing that it wasn't his fault. But Steve Kazari is motioning him to go to the box.
What a terrific setup there by Dougie Hamilton to Patrice Bergeron in a slot area, and right in front of the net, there you see Kyle Quincy and Louis Eriksson, and as soon as the pressure came on to Gustafsson, right back into his net, referee made no hesitation with the goaltender interference call.
We saw a lot of these called last night in the Anaheim-Dallas game, so it's clearly a point of emphasis. Anytime the goalie's in the crease and the attacking team touches them, they're going to call it, because we saw so much of it last night in the late game from the West Coast.
Almost looked like the follow-through of the right hand. It looked like he was pushing him into his net on that last replay look.
Briefly 4-on-4 hockey. Now DeKaiser comes out to give Detroit a power play. They're fourth of the game, and a pass to the far side for Kronwall. He has to chase it down to the boards. Alfredsson just off the bench. Alfredsson got an assist along with Zetterberg on the Datsuk power play goal moments ago that tied the game at 1. Back to the line now, Kronwall. Watched by Bergeron. It comes to Pavel Datsuk. Datsuk rocks the puck and waits patiently. Sends it back to the line. Kronwall straight away. Far side for Alfredsson. Alfredsson tried to get it through to Datsuk. It didn't get to him, and then not much on the shot. And Boychuk.
Zetterberg's going to get called for holding right in front. They're going to call Franzen.
Yeah, Franzen put his hand on the shoulder of Boychuk, who did a great job selling it.
Well, there's Johan Franzen. You're going to see in the slot with Johnny Boychuk. There's a little hold. And I thought it was a little earlier on Zetterberg because he looked around. But it was Franzen on Johnny Boychuk. Eddie, in your day?
No.
Thank you.
Today, yes.
Yes.
Clearly a penalty there.
Yes.
Give Boychuk credit. He stayed on his feet. Yeah, he did a pirouette.
Oh, he did a little dance.
Yeah. Stayed on his feet, though.
Again, a little self-tip to try to get an advantage on Brendan Smith. Almost got it to the front. Krejci was there, waiting for the pass. Final 25 seconds of the second period. Krejci behind the net, waiting for an opening. Turns, fires, blocks, another penalty coming. And will it be against Boston again?
Brendan Smith.
Or is it Smith? Oh, Smith for cross-checking again, who made contact with Gustafsson. That's why Iginla looked at the official when he heard the whistle.
There's the penalty, the push right in the center of the back of Smith into Iginla, into the goaltender, and there you see Jarome Iginla playing official as well.
Eddie and Dave, one player we haven't seen in a while for Boston, he's on the bench, Brad Marchand.
Yes, good call.
He's on the bench, but we haven't seen him in a while.
14.7 seconds remaining in the period. It's a 4-on-3 power play. There's still 55 seconds left in the Louis Eriksson penalty that would eventually give Boston a 5-on-3 if they don't score here. Comes out to Krug. Hammers a shot. Save. Rebound opportunity. Comes back to Krug. He couldn't get it to the front. 5 seconds left in the period. Far side on one time. It's good! Zdeno Chara!
Well, there's Zdeno Chara, and you talk about support and strength in numbers. Watch this beautiful pass from Patrice Bergeron right to Zdeno Chara, and he goes top shelf on Jonas Gustafsson.
Mike Babcock's had a meltdown. He just went after the linesman, Brian Murphy, because they thought on the Detroit bench off that faceoff there was obstruction and there should have been a penalty. There was no call. That opens it up for Zdeno Chara. And there's Mike Babcock. He is really upset. They were mad on the bench. They thought there was obstruction on the faceoff. That's what he's talking about right there. No call at all from anybody. And then you see Murphy skate away. Here's Mike Babcock. He wants him over. Let's see, is there obstruction there with Pavel Datsyuk? What happens? Face-off play. Do they hold him up? Do they hold him up? They knock him down.
Yeah, Bergeron pushed him a little bit into the official. Certainly didn't allow him to try to get out to the point, and that's the conversation Mike Babcock continues to have. Krug and Bergeron.
That's what you call a stalemate when it comes to a face-off. You see that play a lot in the course of a game. And to me, I think that's just a normal stalemate type of face-off where it looked like Datsyuk actually lost his balance after the face-off. The puck had been put in play by the linesman.
Babcock's not going down to the dressing room anytime soon as we invite you to stay with us for the Discover Card Intermission Report with Liam, Mike, and Keith. They'll talk about the Red Wing vets stepping up and the Blues and the Hawks working overtime again in Game 5 of their series at Scott Trade Center last night. Well, sets up for an interesting third period. Bruins with a 2-1 lead. The Intermission Report is on the other side of these messages. Welcome back to the Stanley Cup playoffs presented by Geico. Getting ready for the start of the third period of Game 5 here in Boston. Dave Strader back along with Eddie Olczyk. Well, 20 minutes left in the Red Wing season, perhaps. It's been a special teams game.
Well, when it is like that, you got to find a way to contribute, whether it's good sticks on a penalty kill or be able to make a play on a power play. And we saw that at the end of the period with a great pass from Patrice Bergeron to Zdeno Chara. I thought the Red Wings were better as the period went on, and I think it was from the fourth line there, that Glendening line with Miller and, the opportunity to be able to generate a little bit more offense there. And also David Legwand on that fourth line. We'll see if they can carry that momentum, even though they gave up the late goal in that second period.
Good no call, in your opinion?
Yeah, look, I see that happen all the time when it comes to, it's a stalemate, and guys, a little bit of a pushback. And I think with the official getting the way too was probably a part of the problem with Pavel Datsyuk and Patrice Bergeron. So they let them play in that setting.
Four skaters aside to start until the Louis Eriksson penalty expires in about a half a minute. Datsyuk tried to get it to the front. It was blocked by Zdeno Chara. Now Marchand across the line. Looks out to the line and finds Chara. Chara fakes the shot, hands it off far side. Bergeron backhands it, stopped by Gustafsson, almost back to the front of the net by Marchand as Gustafsson was off on kind of a strange angle to block the centering pass. Kronwall does a nice job on Marchand. The puck blocked momentarily by Hamilton as Eriksson steps out of the box. So the wing short-handed. Zetterberg realizes that, sends it across. Another penalty coming.
Brad Marchand's going to get it. He's incredulous on the bench. He can't believe it. He's sitting on the bench right now. They'll come and get him. Steve Kazari made the call.
Boy, if you're Detroit, pass this puck around as much as you can because more time running down on the Brendan Smith penalty.
They know that too.
That's exactly what they're doing.
You got it.
And finally backhanded and controlled by the Bruins, and the call comes.
Sean Thornton just grabbed Brad Marchand and said, don't you say a word. You just go to the box and don't say anything. So he and Nicholas Kronwall joust. That's two guys getting involved. That's going to get him in trouble.
Yeah,
the extra shot.
Yeah, the second one there. Just not a good penalty at all for a guy that's had a real solid afternoon here in a lot of areas. But that's one of those, okay, you fall on top of the guy, okay, but you can't give that extra shot.
That man right there settled everything down, Eddie, because Marchand was fit to be tied. And again, some guys are just understand the moment. Mark Recchi used to get it here. Now Gordon's kind of taken over his role with Marchand.
That's what leadership's all about.
It's not necessarily what you say, it's how you say it. And the message got through.
To Kaiser for Quincy, and a shot here steered aside by Rask. 15 seconds left in the Detroit penalty.
Well, Marchand's got to know there on that situation, and he just can't take that penalty.
Agreed.
Jane tried to tuck it in on the short side, and Rask just held his ground and comes back out now for Alfredsson. Slides it across for Kronwall. On the far side now for Tatar. Brendan Smith out of the box. He'll sprint to the bench to be replaced by someone else on the power play as the shot was blocked in front. Bruins had 2 power play goals, the Red Wings 1. Detroit trying to get the equalizer here. Kane took it away, and a weak shot by Tatar because of the stick of Barkowski in front. And Rask was able to make the save.
The left pad made the save, and it kicked it away from danger.
Under a minute remaining of the Marchand penalty. Kronwall across the line, hands it off for Johan Franzen. Franzen slides it to the far side of the Boston zone. Eriksson gets there, turns, he's got a teammate Krejci out at center ice now. Gustafsson comes way out. Nearly lost it cleanly to Krejci. Good job though by number 46 of Boston to disrupt things for Detroit.
If Louis Eriksson would have just picked his head up a second, he could have just thrown it into an area and Krejci would have been in all alone.
On Zetterberg, sends it back to the line. Alfredsson, little backhand flip for Pavel Datsyuk. Datsyuk hands it off now for Zetterberg. Below the goal line, out to Datsyuk. One-timer here by Alfredsson. Some contact with Rask. He went down. And now we get a whistle. The puck got a play.
Johan Franzen down front, in front of Tuukka Rask. Trying to get a body in front. Pavel Datsyuk puts it into the wheelhouse for Daniel Alfredsson. A little bit of contact.
Yes,
Tuukka Rask can't get over there, Eddie.
Yeah, it looked like he got kind of leg whipped here, and there's Louis Eriksson. Again, not looking, just making sure he makes a real good play here, gets his head up and just doesn't turn it far enough to see what his option might have been to get it possibly to David Krejci, but in that situation, just make sure the puck gets out. So he made the right play. If he would have had his head up a little bit more, he might have been able to send his line mate up in a shorthanded breakaway.
Marchand on the box, just 1 shot for Detroit on that power play. It remains 2-1 Bruins here early in the 3rd period. Boston trying to advance to a 2nd round meeting with their longtime rivals, the Montreal Canadiens, who won their 1st round series in 4 straight against Tampa Bay. The Kaiser, with 2nd effort, played it ahead off the stick of Miller. There's that 4th line you were talking about, Edzo, with Glendening and Miller and Legwand, but now we're starting to make a change. Roulette sends it across, picked up off the boards by Abdelkader, drops it back, Lashoff ahead now for Helm. Helm across the line, angles it off the boards, it comes right out in front of Tuukka Rask, but the Bruins able to play it to the near side.
Good idea there from Helm.
Good stick by Torrey Krug to get that puck away from danger.
Now it picked up by Iginla, hands it off to Milan Lucic, cutting in, Lucic drops it back! Oh, what a save by Gustafsson! He robbed Soderberg, but the Wings don't get it out. Krug in front, score! Lucic!
Well, you just felt it was a matter of time after this great chance for Carl Soderberg. What a pass here from Milan Lucic. A great stop from Gustafsson. A lot of room upstairs. But the Wings have it. They turn it over, and it's Torrey Krug, somebody we isolated in our open. What a pass to Milan Lucic. No chance for Gustafsson.
Great play by Torrey Krug, as you say, Eddie. But how about the ability of Claude Julien to put Carl Soderberg on the ice as a first-line center because of David Krejci killing off that last penalty to Marchand. So, yes, they capitalize on it, but there's a flexibility Claude Julien has as a coach. He can take his 3rd center and put him in the number 1 hole, and they don't miss a beat.
Torrey Krug gets the only assist. And now Brendan Smith, Red Wings down 2 against a terrific opponent and a tough goaltender. Angled off the boards there by Kronwall, tried to get it to the front. And it's gloved down by the Bruins. Boychuk, he's challenged there by Shane, and then Nyquist took a hit from Thornton. Tatar tried to get it back to the point, picked up now by Nyquist. Sends it back to the line, Kronwall across. Brendan Smith hands it off or tried to for Tatar, missed his stick. Now Nyquist again. Campbell dropped it back to his defenseman Bartkowski, who plays it ahead, and it deflects into the Detroit zone. Going to be icing here.
Well, Johan Franzen has this puck, and what he's going to try to do, instead of going up the wall, he decides to try to go length wide, and who's standing there? Watch the route by Torrey Krug here. Watch this. Accelerates, knows where it's going, and he stops it. Next thing you know, the puck's in the back of the net. That's why if you're going to go through the middle of the ice, it better be high and hard. So if somebody's going to keep it in, they're going to have to eat it. Krug makes the play, and it's a 3-1 game.
No surprise, the Boston Bruins, the best third-period team in the entire National Hockey League throughout the season in terms of outscoring the opposition, and they're doing it again here in this series as the puck is sent once again all the way down the ice. No icing here, and Gustafsson letting De Kaiser know that. He plays it ahead for Quincy, who gets it into the Boston zone.
Oh boy, the trainer's got to go. They got to get him out there. Kazari gets this right in the face. Donnie Del Negro's running out. Brian Murphy, the linesman, is escorting him over. He never saw this puck coming. Donnie, who's been here over 40 years, or sorry, 30, almost 30 years, Donnie Del Negro.
Now in the playoffs, they do have a standby referee, and Francis Chiron is the standby referee this afternoon at TD Garden.
Nice gesture here by the Garden faithful here, acknowledging the official to be able to come off.
And he wants to know, are we going with one referee? And Dean Morton's going to go over and check with the off-ice officials.
I think we probably would recommend going to a TV timeout here.
Yeah, I think that's what they're discussing right now.
Agree. Yep, totally agree.
But we will step away, the Bruins, on a goal by Lucic, lead it by 2.
Welcome back to the Boston Garden. Left side of your screen, Dougie Hamilton goes to clear the puck. Steve Kazari gets it right in the left cheekbone. He went off the ice for repairs, and during that TV timeout, he's back. See the mark on the left cheek.
Wow.
Playoff hockey.
Yeah, he just looked at his partner, Dean Morton, and said, let's go. Draw controlled by Bergeron of the Bruins. Now Datsuk gets it back to Quincy. Eriksson, Chara, and Lucic, the goal scorers for Boston. Pavel Datsuk has scored for Detroit. Datsuk sets it up now for Zetterberg. Zetterberg, and it's stripped away though by Riley Smith.
Got that second opportunity out. First one, soft play on the backhand, didn't get it out. That one, make sure he got it out in the middle of the ice.
Into the glove of Tuukka Rask, and he decides he will cover this for a face-off. You chose the nominees and voted for the winners. It's time for the iHeartRadio Music Awards with live performances by the biggest names in music. The iHeartRadio Music Awards live Thursday right here on NBC.
Does Jason Aldean count?
Krejci won the draw. Lucic plays it back. It bounced off a Bruin 6. Set right in on Rask. He steers it aside. Now Bartkowski pinned to the board. Off the stick of Krejci. Hustled by Iginla, but it doesn't come out. Now Bartkowski pressured by Johan Franzen. Around to the near side, Iginla. Taken away by Detroit again. It comes to Helm, and he just misfired on it. Was in close to the heel of his stick. Back comes David Krejci. Tripped up. Yep, penalty coming.
Alfredsson.
Alfredsson going to the box. A power play for the Bruins, and they're up by 2. Boy, a lot more playoff action coming your way today on NBCSN. A doubleheader with Columbus and Pittsburgh, their Game 5, followed by Minnesota, Colorado, their Game 5. CNBC will have LA and San Jose, with San Jose trying to close that series out. Tomorrow, the Flyers and the Rangers. Their Game 5 at Madison Square Garden, followed by Game 6 between Chicago and St. Louis. Both of those games here on NBC, and then Anaheim-Dallas later on Sunday night on NBCSN.
Another power play coming for the Boston Bruins. There you see Daniel Efferson trying to get that puck, and grabs the catches a right skate of David Krejci. And a huge opportunity with Albertson in the box.
Now the official that came back out after taking that puck to the cheekbone, Steve Kozari, just went to both benches with a message. We're not sure yet. We'll try to find out what it was as Krug hands it off for a hard one-timer blocked by Drew Miller. And it is Krug holding it in. Back for David Krejci. Fifth power play for the Bruins. They've scored twice in the main advantage. A chance here for Chara. Stopped by Gustafsson. And Lashoff plays it off the boards, but it doesn't come out. Krug. Diagonal pass now. For Milan Lucic, looks to the front, hands it off for Chara. Tries to get it back in front, it got there. And it's backhanded out of the zone just barely by Glendening. Now it comes back to Krejci. For Krug. Lucic on the near side, sends it back to the line, and unable to hold it in that time was David Krejci. Now Krug. Bruins right back quickly on the attack. Lost his balance, wings trying to clear, but it's held in by Krejci. Lucic pressured by DeKeyser, and then Abdelkader able to clear it all the way down the ice. Helm using his speed to get down there on Bergeron. Bergeron plays it across off the boards, and Abdelkader jams it right back into the Boston zone. Helm steals it from Hamilton, but then Hamilton steps right back into number 43. And back comes Riley Smith, number 18 for the Bruins. Hands it off to Bergeron into the Detroit zone. Tried to get through Kronwall, and a penalty coming.
Going to be a hook on Bergeron. He almost beat Nicholas Kronwall one-on-one on this power play as he's coming down the right wing boards. And after Kronwall stopped it with the right skate, watch Bergeron reach back. And it's been pretty consistent here this afternoon from this officiating crew. Yeah, a couple of missed calls, but that's going to happen. I think they've had a good feel. It's been consistent from the start of the game. And there's certainly a hook around the hands of Nicholas Kronwall.
11:33 remaining. Eddie, what do you do strategically any different now if you're Detroit to try to amp this up? Because you're down 2 against one of the best goalies in the world.
I think it's still way too early to start taking some chances. I think here you got a 4-on-4 opportunity. And you're going to be on a power play, so I think that has to be the mindset. But once you start, if the score stays the same, once you start getting into that 6 and 5 minute range, I think you got to start pinching in your defensemen all the time, jumping into the play, take some chances. Yeah, and you may give up the odd man situation. It's way too early to start gambling right now.
Face-off win leads to a shot that goes wide of Tuukka Rask. Now Brendan Smith taken away by Marchand. Sends it ahead, and Krejci sends it back to Marchand with speed. A shot here was deflected. Good stick by Quincy coming back on Brad Marchand.
He's had a great afternoon, Kyle Quincy. I think he's done a lot of the little things that you want from a defenseman. Here he comes back again tonight. Brad Marchand, as this 2-on-1 develops. Lead with your stick. Gustafsson way out of his net. Prevent a good opportunity there from the Bruin forward.
Kane controls the draw. 15 seconds remaining in the Alfredsson penalty. Then he will come out to give Detroit power play number 6. Tatar puts it into the glove of Rask, who's able to drop it off for Gregory Campbell. Campbell looking for some space. Now getting some help. Bartkowski now as Alfredsson is out of the box. Knocked down by Louis Eriksson. He hammers a shot here. Save made by Gustafsson, and he has to hold it for a face-off in the Detroit zone now. A power play with 1:18 still remaining in the Bergeron minor.
Now Louis Eriksson came to the Boston Bruins in the Tyler Seguin deal. Rich Peverley was part of that too, and you get Louis Eriksson, who scored here in game number 5, and Riley Smith's had a really good series and a great season playing with Bergeron and Marchand, so it's a good hockey trade for both teams.
Louis Eriksson, second time he's faced Detroit in the playoffs. Did it with Dallas back in the 2008 Western Conference Final. Pavel Datsyuk with it. Hands it off now to Alfredsson. Alfredsson for Johan Franzen. Franzen takes it wide, circles the net. Datsyuk tried to quickly go back to 93, and the Bruins get to it, send it down the ice. Kronwall. Pavel Datsyuk. Turns and hands it off to Franzen. Goes back to number 13. He'll enter the zone. Still a half a minute remaining in the penalty to Patrice Bergeron. Alfredsson to Zetterberg. Hands it off down low. Jam play. Blocked. Loose puck came out of the near side of Rath, but the Bruins get to it. Campbell able to get some help there. And Eriksson.
Good idea there from Franzen. Take the puck right to the net.
Datsuk drops it back. Alfredsson rolls it across. The Kaiser goes back to number 11. Here's Alfredsson with a shot. Rath's the save, and there's no rebound.
You say that a lot, don't you, Dave, whenever you talk about Tuukka Rask? And Eddie said it many times about Daniel Alfredsson. He's not afraid to take a shot from anywhere. And for Tuukka Rask, he knows that as well. So Daniel Alfredsson looks, quick release, tries to utilize Miller as a screen, and no second chance opportunity for Riley Sheahan.
By the Bruins after the faceoff win, and Bergeron sprints out of the penalty box and back over to the Bruin bench. The Kaiser. Riley Sheahan now for Tatar. A little flip pass for Quincy, jumping up in the play, rolled it across in front of Rath. Nobody there for Detroit to get a stick on it. Now sent back to the near side of the Bruins zone and angled out by Jerome McGinley.
After Krejci kills off the penalty, here comes Soderberg again as a first-line centerman with Lucic and Iginla. They got this thing down, and it's surgical right now for Boston.
Now Quincy with it now. Both teams completing changes. The Kaiser will backhand it into the Bruins zone. Kevin Miller with helm on him. Moves it quickly up the far side. John Thornton, a little backhand flip for Gregory Campbell. Enters the Detroit zone with some speed on the backhand. Trying to slide it across. It was blocked by Lashoff. And here is Alfredsson with it. Hands it off for Roulette. Far side for Helm. Alfredsson going to the front of the net. And a shot here is steered aside by Rask. And picked up by the Bruins. And Duran jumps right back into the Detroit zone with a shot. Gustafsson has that, and he will hold it there.
Looked like Jonas Gustafsson wanted to maybe play that puck and try to get past. And Tuukka Rask made a couple of really good saves, especially back in that second period off of Henrik Zetterberg and Nicholas Kronwall. Pierre talked about his rebound control earlier in the game. Another strong outing by the man inside the mask for the Boston Bruins.
Giving up only 5 in this series, Edzo. This is game 5 with 8:14 remaining in the third. Right away, Bartkowski, does he hold it in? No. Backs up, and now Brendan Smith has it. Brendan Smith, far side, leg wide. A little stop and go move. Drops it back. Here's a chance for Glendening, and a right pass saved by Rask. Boy, he makes it look easy, but that was not an easy save. Just great positioning, and now we have offside at the Detroit line.
Here's that line for the Detroit Red Wings at even strength. I believe has been their best line, 5-on-5, and Luke Glendening skating right, shoot back left. There was some room to the far side. He just didn't get it far enough. More shot it in the middle of the net. That's a terrific stop. Anytime that you can go laterally like that and try to shoot back the other way, it's advantageous if you can get some elevation on that shot and just put it right over the pad as you're moving either to the right and shoot back to the left or vice versa on that particular look.
Now to Kaiser. Checked by Riley Smith. Datsuk.
Quincy got hurt there. He had an awkward fall there and was making his way to the Red Wing bench.
Now it's picked up and hammered by DeKaiser. Saved by Rask. Wasn't sure where the rebound was. And we got a whistle and a penalty coming against the Bruins, I believe, because Gustafsson was sprinting to the bench.
Roughing on Marchand.
Okay.
You'll see Henrik Zetterberg, Marchand engaged, and then a push from behind.
I don't know if the hands come up around the helmet or not. That probably helped as well. Those guys had quite the battle back in Detroit.
Did they ever?
In Game 4.
Well, anytime you line up across from number 63, if he's on his game, you're going to have a battle. That's
part of his DNA, so to speak, when it comes to putting on the skates for the Bruins.
Wings control the draw. Zetterberg, far side, gets it back from Kronwall. Back to Kronwall straight away. Waits, lets it go wide of the net on the stick side as Zetterberg picks it up. He's out there with Alfredsson and Datsuk. Branson setting up the screen. In fact, that hit number 93. He's able to hold it in. Kronwall, one-timer on the way. And now Campbell battling with Alfredsson. Datsuk gets to it to hold it in. Backhands it along. Now it's picked up and sent across for Zetterberg. Zetterberg trying to get it back to the front, and we get a whistle as Bronson was trying to find that puck in front of Tuukka Rask.
Patrice Bergeron loses his stick. And watch what ends up happening. Once he leaves this area, this vacated area, he loses his stick. He decides, you know what, I'm going to go to the bench and try to get a stick. And look at all that open ice down low. And the Red Wings are able to get it to the front of the net, and Rask is able to hold on to that post and keep that puck under him. That puck exploded off the stick of Alfredsson over to Zetterberg.
Datsuk and Krejci on this draw, 6:40 remaining in the third period. Datsuk wins it back to Kronwall, slides it across. Zetterberg didn't see a passing or shooting lane. He goes back to Kronwall, near side for Datsuk. Datsuk slides it in front off the stick of Chara. He's able to get it to the line, but not out, held in by Kronwall. Pavel Datsuk with it again, drops it back. Kronwall hammers one save, loose puck. Datsuk trying to kick it up to his stick, but it's covered up by Wojciech and recovered now by Johan Franzen. Tried to get it to Zetterberg, but it's knocked away, and back comes Louis Eriksson. He's got Krejci with him. 2 against 2, the drop pass for Krejci. Krejci trying to make a move on Alfredsson and knock the puck free. And there's still 45 seconds remaining in the Marchand penalty. Riley Sheahan trying to squeeze through. Kevin Miller wouldn't allow that to happen, and it's cleared up the glass and out of play.
Eddie, did that puck ride the rail there for Kevin Miller? Tough for me to tell from this side.
Sure looked like it did from our vantage point. We're about a half a mile away, but it looked awfully close.
Nyquist, little tip pass. The Kaiser holds it in, sends it to the net. That hit Rask.
Yeah, it hit his glove. He wasn't so sure.
Yeah, took a look at his glove. That's why I wasn't sure if he got a piece of it or not. Now Tatar with it. Hits the net and it bounces all the way back out through center ice. Final 5 seconds of the Marchand penalty. Nyquist across the line, hands it off to Riley Sheahan. Sheahan with a shot that's blocked. Again, the backhands it ahead.
You see Quincy back on the ice, and now you're starting to get to a time for the Red Wings. You got to start taking some chances.
Matt scrambled just inside the Detroit zone, and finally Helm hands it off. Quincy rolls it across now. Glendening takes a hit there from Boychuk. Wrapped around on the far side. Brendan Smith rolls it back in deep. Glendening centering pass, but
there's Brendan Smith pinching it from the back end.
There goes Soderberg if he can get to the puck.
Icing waved off. Now it's picked up by Helm. 4.5 remaining here in the third. Is that all that's left in the Red Wings season? After qualifying for the Stanley Cup playoffs for a remarkable 23rd consecutive season. With all the injuries they had to deal with to their star players, like Datsuk and Zetterberg.
Those guys are playing really on fumes.
Now Datsuk backhands it across in front of Rask. Zetterberg took a slash there from Chara. Far side at one-timer in front for Abdelkader. Save another chance. Zetterberg scores! It's not over yet with 3:52 remaining.
What an outstanding stop on the initial try from Justin Abdelkader by Tuukka Rask, and then Henrik Zetterberg, who's battling with Zdeno Chara. The puck does not get out. And then there's that great right pad save, and then Rask gets elevation and beats Tuukka Rask.
How about the hockey strength of Zetterberg not going down on that one-on-one with Chara and then pouncing on that loose puck and sticking it up in the top part of the net? That's something else.
Yeah, did Chara interfere here? Yeah, look at, he interfered with Tuukka Rask, just enough contact, maybe throw him off a little bit. Chara trying to play goal there and doesn't allow Rask maybe to come over and get as square as he possibly could. Ended up going under his right arm and found its way into the net.
That's Zetterberg's first goal, guys, since February the 12th, and that was in Sochi in the opening game for Sweden against the Czech Republic. It's a pass across now for Glendening. He's handled by Kevin Miller. Riley Smith with it now. For Bartkowski. Angles it off the boards back in the Detroit zone. When you talk about guys that are maybe operating on fumes, Edzo, but the goals have come from Datsyuk and Zetterberg. Isn't that incredible? Just over 3 minutes remaining now here in regulation time. The Kaiser backhands it toward the Boston net, but it's knocked down. And Riley Smith will just fire it in from center ice. Campbell racing after it. He was tied up by Ouellette. And what do we got? The lineman is
too many men on the ice for Detroit. Too many men on the ice for Detroit.
Wow, what a time for this to happen. 3-2 Boston late in the third.
As Pierre told us before that TV timeout, one too many for the Red Wings on that last shift. And a power play chance for the home team up by one.
Second too many men on the ice in this series.
You know what's really interesting is that Zdeno Chara is going to play the role of slot area presence. The Bruins are going with 4 forwards basically on this one because Chara plays the role of a forward.
Well, the Wings send it down the ice. There's under 3 minutes to go in regulation. Miscommunication at the bench. How does that happen at this stage of the game?
I mean, that's what it is. Everybody wants to point the finger at the coach, but you got to make sure you're taking the right guy off at that particular time.
Now Krug for Krejci. One time here by Chara. Gets us a look behind, but he had made the save.
That right leg kept it out of the blue paint.
Now Glendening gets to it and gets it off of Krug down the ice.
I mean, the coach going through the protocol there, the coach will tell the guys who are up and then you're responsible to find that guy.
Now Krug sends it along. Gustafsson decides not to play it. Picked up by Lashoff. Able to get it up the boards to Abdelkader. Backhands it ahead, just misconnecting there with Helm. Now Krug plays it ahead. Soderberg across the line, sends it in deep. 2 minutes remaining in regulation time. When this penalty ends, if the Bruins don't score, we're going to be down to the final minute. Smith plays it around. Gustafsson blocks it there, hands it off. Kronwall around now for Drew Miller. Miller, that bounced off of Bruin. It's hammered outside the line, picked up by Hamilton. Half a minute remaining in the too many men on the ice penalty. Being served by Thomas Tatar. Riley Smith rushes ahead. He didn't get it deep. That allows Datsyuk to get it to center ice. He'll put it into the Boston zone. 15 seconds remaining in the penalty. Zetterberg sends it out for Brendan Smith. It's going to be picked up by Alfredsson. The shot was blocked. And a race for the puck here. Marchand's going to pick it up. Brendan Smith has the angle on. Marchand trying to cut it in. Brendan Smith takes him all the way to the net. The net comes off. Red Wings back the other way, but they're going to blow it down for a face-off in the Detroit zone because the net came off due to the action of Brendan Smith, says the official.
He's been saying all game he's going to score. Great opportunity. Alfredsson gets that shot blocked by Dougie Hamilton. Marchand shot out of a cannon. He starts to attack. Good effort by Brendan Smith. He just puts him right into the net in a one-on-one situation. Good, hard, physical defensive play.
It's a good thing that Dougie Hamilton blocked that shot from Alfredsson because Pavel Datsyuk was standing right in front of the net all by himself with Tuukka Rask.
Eddie, I was shocked that the Bruins went with 4 forwards on that last power play. I really was. I know they've been doing it all year, but man, oh man.
Well, the too many men on the ice penalty is over. Red Wings back at full strength. can't pull their goalie with the face-off from the Detroit zone, and it comes to Boychuk. Boychuk will hammer one here. Gustafsson drops it down now for Zetterberg. Red Wings will look to get it up the ice and get Gustafsson to the bench. It comes to Johan Franzen. Franzen hoists it across. Glove down by Alfredsson. Got to be careful there, his own blue line. Plays it ahead. It's into the Boston zone. Knocked to the side by Boychuk. Now Datsuk trying to pick it up. Knocked away by Krejci. He couldn't clear. Kronwall backed off the line. Good work by Tatar to keep it in the Boston zone. He sends it in deep for Zetterberg. Half a minute remaining in regulation. It comes out in front, but again went there. He'll go for the open net. Then he fired it wide, and this will be icing and a face-off back in the Boston zone.
A little slight miscommunication there between Johnny Boychuk and Jerome McGinley. It looked like both guys thought the other guy was going to go, and then McGinley pointed to Boychuk to go, and then the Red Wings did a good job of keeping that puck low, keeping it alive, and eventually the Bruins iced the puck.
This timeout is presented by Gatorade Fierce, more bold, intense flavor, as Mike Babcock has called the timeout to diagram what he wants off of this faceoff with 22.7 seconds remaining. Edzo, what are you looking for the Wings to get accomplished if they can control the draw?
Well, you can go to a couple of different looks. First off is that everybody has responsibility if you win it, or if it's a 50-50 puck, or if you lose it. So those are just all reminders. This is just reminders now. Coaches will practice these type of settings on the dry erase board and go through it in practice. So everybody has an idea what's going to happen depending on the side of the ice that it's on. But the face-off's the key. It's one of those 50-50 pucks. You need people in there battling to get in and try to regain that puck, and don't turn down any opportunity to fire that puck at the net. It looks like the way that they're set up is that maybe Datsuk to Kronwall and look for Alfredsson, maybe pull off for a one-time opportunity.
Datsuk against Krejci. It goes to the boards. Lucic gets it. Gets it to center ice. Hands it off for Iginla. Score!
An interesting alignment by the Boston Bruins. They put Milan Lucic, the forward, on the boards. More times than not, it's a defenseman there. So that was the adjustment made by the Bruins to line up a winger on those boards instead of a defenseman. Lucic wins the battle, and then Jerome McGinley puts it in the wide open net, and this series is over.
10 seconds remaining. For the 34th time in Stanley Cup history, we are going to have a Boston-Montreal series. They coach together, of course, in Sochi. Claude Julien, Mike Babcock for Team Canada winning gold. So much respect between the two coaching staffs. And now the tradition that separates this sport, Eddie and Pierre, from all others. After what these players have gone through individually and as a group against each other, they will take the gloves off and shake hands. And Chara and Zetterberg at center ice, a long handshake and extended conversation as now they move down the line.
Great embrace there between Pavel Datsuk and Zdeno Chara.
Daniel Alfredsson, of course, an unrestricted free agent at his age. Will he come back and play again?
Chose to leave Ottawa to come to Detroit.
Fellow Swede Louis Eriksson with a little extra tap there as they shook hands. And the brothers about to shake hands. There they are. Brendan and Riley Smith. You grow up as kids with a dream of winning a Stanley Cup, and one brother gets to continue that dream. The other has to go home.
Well, that's usually the way it was. I know in the old Czech house in the basement, one would be on one team, one would be on the other, and somebody's going to be happy at dinner and somebody's not.
Tuukka Rask just terrific again, just 6 goals against in the series. And the guy that had the last goal in Game 4 had the last goal of the series here in Game 5. Jerome McGinley with Pierre McGuire.
Thanks very much, Dave. You guys lost Game 1, then you won 4 games in a row. What was the tipping point in the series?
They were pretty close games. I thought we played a real good Game 2. You know, got back at it, got our offense going. But when we went into Detroit, those were tough games. We got some good bounces there. You know, won that one. You know, what was it, Game 4? You know, that could go either way. And then tonight, I thought it was a pretty emotional. Guys, both sides were excited. Both teams got each other in penalty trouble. So some big kills late. It was a little nervous there.
Jerome, every team's got an identity. What's the identity of the Boston Bruins right now after their first round win over Detroit?
Well, I think all year we've been able to count on all the guys. You know, everybody, our D-men, we all play the same. You know, we jump up, we try to back check and work. But I think the biggest thing is competing. You know, the guys here, they work really hard and want to try to out-compete the other team every night.
You had a chance to go to the final in 04. You thought it was set up last year to go to the final with Pittsburgh. You got beat by this very Boston Bruins team. What are you thinking about now going into round 2?
Oh, just enjoying this today, and it was tough. We weren't looking too far forward. I'm not looking there yet. Now it's we know who is waiting for us, Montreal. You know, we'll get ready for them.
Thanks for your time, Jerome. Congratulations on the first round.
Hey, thanks, Pierre.
Sorry, Dave.
That's all right. Great player and a class act, Jerome McGinley. The Stanley Cup playoffs presented by Geico continues tonight over on NBCSN with a pair of Game 5s. First, the Blue Jackets take on the Penguins. Then the Wild battle the Avalanche. Coverage begins at 6:30 Eastern on NBCSN. Coming up next here on NBC, except on the West Coast, it's your local news. Then at 8/7 Central, it's Dateline Saturday Night Mystery. And later tonight, it's Saturday Night Live with host Louis C.K. and musical guest Sam Smith. For Pierre McGuire and Eddie Olczyk and the rest of our great crew, I'm Dave Strader wishing you good evening from Boston.